Collin Morikawa produced one of the performances of the season to win the Open Championship at Royal St George's, and today we're looking at what clubs he used to take home that claret jug. Now, Collin made some key changes after the Scottish Open because that was his first experience at links golf. This provided crucial for his win at Royal St George's, which we'll get onto right now. So, Collin is a TaylorMade athlete, which means you're going to see all TaylorMade in his bag today. First up, let's talk about his driver. He has the TaylorMade Sim at 8 degrees with a Mitsubishi Diamana D Plus Limited 60TX shaft. This is the previous model Sim, not the Sim 2. Collin isn't really known as one of the longest hitters, with ball speeds maxing out at about 170 miles an hour. But at Royal St George's, it wasn't distance that was important, it was accuracy. And Collin is easily one of the most accurate hitters on tour. For his 3-wood, he has a TaylorMade Sim Titanium, again the previous season's model with a Mitsubishi Diamana D Plus Limited 80TX shaft. So similar to his driver, just a slightly heavier shaft, which you see a lot in PGA Tour players' bags. His 5-wood is a TaylorMade Sim 2 at 90 degrees, so this is this year's model, and it has a Mitsubishi Diamana D Plus Limited 80TX shaft, so the exact same shaft as his 3-wood. I imagine he hasn't changed his 3-wood or driver just because he's extremely comfortable with those two clubs. We have seen this a lot. Some PGA Tour players don't tend to switch straight away because they are very comfortable with what they have in their bag currently. I imagine Collin will change eventually, but given how well he's playing, there's really not that much need to. Now his irons is where it gets really interesting. So for the Open, Collin used the TaylorMade P770 as a 4-iron, then the P7MCs as a 5-9 iron with the P730s as a pitching wedge, and he has these with a True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100. Now this is actually quite a significant change up to the week before, because at the Scottish Open, Collin had a P770 4-iron, P7MCs in 5-6, and then the P730s in 7 to pitching wedge. So as you can see, he extended that combo set of the P7MCs from 5-9 iron in comparison to the 5-6. Now, why did he do this? Well, Collin was working with TaylorMade's Adrian Rieterveld, and Collin was looking to improve his centre strike on his mid and short irons on the firmer and tighter links turf, which he experienced at the Scottish Open at the Renaissance Club. Collin didn't struggle at the Scottish Open, but he didn't perform as well as he'd like to, and after some discussion, and after watching Morikawa go through his warm-up routine, Rieterveld noticed the issue could be in the transition from his 6-iron, which is the P7MC, to his 7-iron, which is the P730, due to the different sole geometry of the two models. It's such a minute difference for us amateurs, but for the pros, Rieterveld noticed it straight away, and it was arguably a bit too hot in the air with the P730s. So he needed a little bit more spin with the P7MCs, which adds a little bit more distance control. And that change was crucial for his win. Morikawa, as a professional golfer, it seems that he's going to hole every single iron shot that he hits. And this was the case, especially in round 2, 3 and 4 at the Open Championship. Some of the shots he hit were superb and actually reminded us a bit of Tiger Woods in his heyday. Now moving on to his wedges, Collin has a TaylorMade MG2 in 50 degrees, then he actually has a Titleist Vokey Design SM8, which is 56 degrees, and a TaylorMade MG2 High Toe in 60 degrees. And these all have the same shaft, which is a True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue in an S400, so slightly less stiff than his irons, which is quite common amongst PGA Tour players. And finally, let's go on to his putter, which is something he actually changed this week as well. He uses the TaylorMade TP Juno putter, but he changed the weighting and actually his setup this week, which made him the best putter at the Open Championship. Links greens are quite slower than the PGA Tour greens, so again, working with Rieterveld, Collin switched the weights in his TP Juno from 2.5 gram heel and toe to the heavier 7.5 gram heel and toe weights, adding a combined 10 grams total. The putter being heavier made it easier for him to roll it on slower greens, and he was an unbelievable putter, holding a lot of clutch putts in round 4 for par and also for birdie. We expect Collin to win a lot more tournaments in the next few years. His iron play is unbelievable, and if he keeps his putter hot, he's going to have a few more majors as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today, looking at what's in the bag for Collin Morikawa. If you have, leave a like down below, and if you guys are new to the GolfMagic YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe as well to keep up to date with all of our videos. I'll see you guys at the next one.